Have you ever wondered how much a normal everyday booktube channel makes in ad revenue? Well, let's talk about it. Hello friends, my name is Steve and this is Steve Talks Books. Today's a little bit different. I have a little bit different video for all of you. So recently, about almost a month ago, I was eligible for monetization. There's certain milestones you have to meet for you to be eligible. Once you're eligible, there's a few extra steps. You have to verify your address, so they'll send a letter to you with the PIN number, and you have to enter that PIN number in the website for Google AdSense. After that, then you have a few other things to set up. It takes about 4 or 5 days for everything to happen, maybe about a week. So it's not instantaneous. Once you meet the criteria, then you can begin that process. They do review your channel first, make sure that you're not doing anything too crazy, I guess. And if they deem you eligible or worthy, then you get the letter, and then you can verify your address and personal information. You do have to upload your driver's license and some other things for identification, just to verify you are who you say you are, since apparently they'll be depositing money into your bank account. So I've always wondered, how much do booktubers make? Now, before we get into it, this isn't some kind of boast or brag or look at me, I'm monetized. Not like that at all. I have nothing to brag about, as you're about to see on my analytics. I will take you through all the different details and explain to you what I know about the process about a month into it. So I don't know a whole lot, but thankfully I've had help from a friend who is familiar with the process, who really helped me through it. I won't name that person because I'm not sure if that's, I don't want to violate that person's trust, but I did get some help from a friend of mine who's familiar with it. So it's a little confusing at first. So I'm going to go through, show you the analytics, show you what I made, what a typical video makes, and just kind of give you an idea. Now, I'm no big shot. Like I said, I'm not a big deal. I'm just a normal guy. I have no idea what I'm doing. I'm just goofing off, having a good time. So this is the result of what you're about to see. So let's get into it. Let's talk about my ad revenue. Okay, so those of you who have a channel, you'll recognize this screen, because this is where your channel dashboard. There's a menu on the left, and it'll also tell you your latest video performance, channel analytics, like an overview. Those of you who aren't familiar with this screen, this is what the dashboard looks like. So you can see the different widgets. There's some different achievements and things like that. So it has the views and the estimated revenue. A lot of these videos that go over what they made in the month, they make you wait to the very last minute to find out what you made, or what the channel made. I'm going to tell you right away. So I made $37.21. Now that's what the estimated revenue is. That's not necessarily what I'm going to be getting. From what I understand, YouTube takes a pretty decent chunk of your ad revenue. So who knows what I'll actually be getting in my pocket. I don't think I have a deposit until I reach like $100 or something like that. So I have a ways to go. Now, let's talk about how I got to there, because it's very interesting. At least I think it is. Hopefully you do think it is too. So there's a couple of big videos I had in the last month. The first one, which I'm sure most of you know about, is the Friday conversation I had with Mike's Book Reviews, Yolene Reads, Philip Chase, and Jimmy from Fantasy Network. I had a pretty good bump in subscribers because of Jimmy, because he had me on Chatting with Nuts, and of course he came by for the Friday conversation. So really, all this is a big thank you to Jimmy, because he helped me out a ton. So another video that did really well this last month, was my Grimdark video, my What is Grimdark video. So let's talk about that one first, because that's a typical video, and I'll explain why I want to start there here in a minute. So, like I said, I'm nothing to brag about. I do okay, but I'm not like, I don't get thousands of views or anything. That's pretty rare for me. So this is the What is Grimdark video, and let's take a look at the analytics. So this video made 77 cents in ad revenue. So I have just a little over 401 views, and I made 77 cents on ad revenue. Now let's talk about let's go to that tab. Here's the revenue for that. And again, this is fully transparent. I have nothing to hide. This is just, like I said, I don't think I'm a big deal. I'm just a normal guy. I want to share this information for anyone who's curious. I think it's interesting. So let's go to monetization. Now, this is the screen where you can set up monetization for every video that you have. Now, on this video, I did set up monetization for limited. Now, what that means is that there's different ratings that you can give your video. You can either manually set this criteria right away, or you can cross your fingers at YouTube and whatever searches the videos doesn't find it on its own and make those changes for you. So for me, I just set it to limited for this video because it had mild language in it. So there's a certain tiers of different, like language, hate speech, violence, things like that. I mean, most of you, I'm sure, can kind of guess what that looks like. But whenever you upload a video, it'll ask you to rate your video. You can also say, my video is squeaky clean and I have nothing to worry about, which is most of mine. I usually don't curse or anything like that. But if you're concerned about your ad revenue and your monetization, you want to be careful with that, because if you curse or if people on your channel curse, it can affect your bottom line if that's important to you. So that's something that the person who helped me with all this setup did mention to me, like, you want to be careful with that kind of stuff now. You want to start paying attention because it can hurt your monetization. So also here you can pick overlay ads. Now display ads, I guess I can't take off. Overlay ads, the ones that appear on the bottom, or sponsored cards on the sides, those are your different options. Now, you can either choose to have skippable video ads or non-skippable. I always choose skippable. I don't want a long ad in the middle or beginning or end of a video that you can't skip. That's just me. No judgment against those who do. That's their decision. I'm not here to pass judgment or to, this is just my personal setup. So again, everyone's different. No judgment. Video location of video ads. I always put them on before and after. Now you can also choose during. With during, you can pick and choose where to put the ad. So there's a few reasons I don't do this. The first reason, well, there's two main reasons. The first reason is if you pick it during the video, it's best to find a place in the video where it would make most sense. So you want to set it to where it's on a transition, or you're changing subjects in the video, or you're not interrupting a sentence. You want to pick a spot where there's a pause and place the ad there. I don't have time for that kind of thing. It sounds like a lot of time investment for very little return. Not interested. The other thing is that I don't want to have an ad for people watching my videos in the middle of a video. It just doesn't feel right for me. Again, that's just me. It just doesn't make me feel good. So that's just me. If you watch my videos, there'll be maybe one at the beginning that you can skip, one at the end you can click away, and I'm not going to put one in the middle. That's just me. Now, so that video made 77 cents. Let's go to the lives, because the lives are where this video is. This is the Friday conversation. Now, this video has a ton of views. It has 3.2 thousand views with 1.3 watch hours. That for me is a ton. In fact, this is the best performing video I have on the channel by far. So I earned 40 subscribers. I made $24 in ad revenue. Now, you might be saying, it doesn't really make sense that your other video made 77 cents. This one made $24. So let's go to monetization. So again, fully transparent. This is my stuff. So on this one, I haven't turned on ads yet. I just left it. I do leave it before video, after video, skippable. And monetization here is just on, because it's not limited, because if I recall, there was no cursing. There was nothing crazy in it. So I didn't change that to be limited, because there was nothing in it that sponsors should be worried about should be okay. So let's talk about a few other things here, because there's more to this than just this. So let's talk, let's see if I can find it, let's talk over here. So these are the different revenue streams. Let's talk about, and it breaks down skippable video ads, bumper ads, display ads, unknown. So it gives you a rundown of all the different revenue sources. YouTube Premium revenue, $4. That's not bad. Not too bad. I do have YouTube Premium personally. I just to skip all that stuff, so I'm surprised it was that much, to be honest. So here, under transaction revenue, sorry, there's a few here that, let me close this out. There's a few here that I did get some super chats, and let me tell you, that makes a huge difference. So let's talk about super chats. Let me see if I can find it. I'm still getting used to all this stuff. So let's go here to monetization on this tab. I think it's here, the super chats. Yeah, here it is. So super chats, and again, fully transparent. These are my super chats. So I did make, was it $20-something off of that video, but some of them was from very generous viewers who threw in a super chat or a super sticker. So I did get some from Yoda0VGS, which was my first super chat ever. I want to thank all of them who did that. They didn't have to. I'm grateful. Of course, you know, it's wonderful. I don't ever ask for it, but that's really neat. So I want to thank all of them on this list. The Bald Booktuber threw in about $5. Rekindled Reader, thank you, Rekindled Reader, $4. And my friend Saf threw in $1 on my super chat for my 1K celebration. So thanks to all of you for doing that. It really helps out. You know, it's nice to get a few bucks back to get a cup of coffee, or you know, kind of throw in back of the channel, get a book or two, or do giveaways or whatever. So those are my super chats. So as you can see, I made $15 or $14 off of super chats for this video, for the Friday conversation. So without the super chats, I would have made a lot less on that video. I'm guessing that's what that is. Now, memberships I haven't turned on yet. I haven't gone through the process of setting that up. I'm not sure that that's something I really want to do. It sounds to me more like a Patreon kind of thing, and I don't have a Patreon. I don't have any plans to have one. I'm never going to say never, but I just don't. I just something that I'm just like not interested in. So here's rating accuracy. So here, YouTube rated this video, What is Grimdark, as limited as well. So I beat them to the punch, and I labeled it as limited right away to save everyone the hassle, and just to be honest and just do the right things. So those are my, that's the kind of rundown of what I know about it. I may have gotten some information wrong, but this is the kind of setup here. So let's see if my latest weekly update, see what it made. So the latest weekly update has 171 views, and it has 39 cents in estimated revenue. So, you know, that's what this seems about normal. Again, I don't have a huge channel. I don't know what huge channels make. I'm sure they make more because they have obviously more people watching. But so those are my stats. So I am, what is it, $27 richer, something like that. That's so let's go here, 37. Sorry, so $37 richer than I was before. So I'm not sure what I'm going to get after YouTube takes their chunk, but it is what it is. So those are my stats. I hope you enjoyed seeing them behind the scenes, fully transparent. I think it's interesting to see what a normal everyday BookTube channel makes. Again, I'm not boasting. I don't think I'm a big deal. I'm just, I was always curious about what BookTube channels made. I'm sure like the Daniel Greens and the big channels, I mean, I'm sure they make a lot more than that. But just a normal everyday, do this for fun when I have time type of channel. What does it make? Like about how much? So yeah, there you go. There, if anyone is curious, I'm going to lay in my big my big bet of money.
I gotta do it, man.
My monetization. I mean, it helps out. I mean, I've spent a lot on equipment, a lot on books or whatever. So no complaints. I spend money on this stuff because I enjoy it. I like having a nice setup because that's just the kind of stuff I'm into. So I'm not saying it's nice to have a few bucks to throw back into the channel to help out with whatever. So, it's something I enjoy doing, and the few bucks helps out, but of course not required. I've thought about one day doing like a club or something that has like live streams once a month, or I don't know, something maybe eventually. I don't want to say never, but I have no plans to start a Patreon. I don't know that. I try and think, would I pay for this content if I wasn't making it? And I don't know. I don't know if I would. So I'm not going to do it until I'm like, wow, I'm like pumping out great stuff all the time. Not that I don't try, but I don't think I'm on that level yet. So we'll see. Maybe one day. I don't want to say never and then next week announce a Patreon. So, but I have no plans to do that. It's just not something I really think about. So hopefully this gives you an idea of how much a BookTube channel makes. A normal, like I said, just a normal average BookTube channel. I'm a very small fish in a huge pond in the BookTube world. So I'm nothing. I'm a speck of dust on the beach in that sense. So hopefully this is helpful. If you have any questions for me, if I can help, or if you have any advice for me, of course I'm all ears. I'd love to hear about it because again, I have no idea what I'm doing. So hopefully this is informational and helpful for all of you. Until next time, I will talk to you soon.